What is it that you would like to get out of today's conversation? What would be the greatest outcome?
Well, today's conversation actually would like to explore um, my future self.
Hi, everyone. I'm here today with Olivia again, and I'm super excited to see her. Uh, let's see what she comes with today. And everyone who is watching this video, I hope you also can get a lot out of it. Now, Olivia, my time is all yours. How are you today? Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, Monica, for having me once again. Hi, Monica. Hi, everyone. I'm doing exceptionally well. But when you do exceptional well, you have your off days, on days. For the most part, I feel light in my spirits. Yes, I've had some incredible experiences actually. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here again.
Hmm. I'm so happy to hear that. Yes. And so everything is going super well. You are exceptional. Well, I'm so happy to hear that. And what is it that you would like to get out of today's conversation? What would be the greatest outcome?
Well, today's conversation actually would like to explore um, my future self. I would like to get a better sense of how I need to proceed. Where is this all going to land? Our coaching sessions have helped me so much, to be able to navigate through a lot. Uh, but I'm a little bit curious about like, okay, I would like to have that experience of like, I wonder what the future holds if I can actually catch a glimpse of like, where will I be? What will it be like? What would it feel like? You know? Um, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I loved it. And before we go into that, I'm very happy to do that, to make a little journey into the future. I'm curious to know, when you now think about the future, how do you feel about it?
That's a really good question. So one of the reasons why I was curious about like visiting my future self is because I don't really see or even have a vision as to what it would look like especially after I become a certified RTT therapist. And in the past, I've had like, how you can set a goal or you may have a vision. People say you can have a vision, but having a vision is different than from envisioning things. So the vision is, okay, I have a booming practice. I am of service to people because that's what I want. But I am not sure that that I can actually even see that for myself. So my goal is to become a really, sought after RTT therapist, if you will. Um, I would like to know though in the future if that would be the case. And then the other thing is also, I'm hoping that the future will be able to allow me to see into how to live life more intentionally. So I set intentions, and I think our coaching sessions have taught me like, okay, set your intentions, and that's a daily intention. But I wonder if like it's possible to access future intentions to bring them into the present moment. I want to do that for like a couple of reasons, but the main reason, Monica, the reason why I want to do it is because I feel like it would connect my now to uh, that future self or whatever. And hopefully will give me also even more clarity in terms of like making certain that I stay on target, because I'm the type of personality that loves everything, and anything that comes my way, I get distracted. I have serious ADD, ADHD when it comes to things. So it's like, after I did, for instance, I studied Reiki, then I got into sound healing, and I did this and I did that. I did a whole bunch of things that are extremely helpful, but none of them have actually brought me to a point of like, okay, now you can just stay with this and make this either into a career and continue on that path and allow for that to bring the financial support, for instance, that I'm seeking. And but having like clients, as you know, it's hard to do. You have to work hard at it. The marketing, I'm not good at marketing. And that's a story probably I've said to myself, because I'm sure that if I put my mind to it, I could do it. But yeah, I wonder if my future self will be a little bit more focused and centered with what I'm doing. So I want to be able to stay with RTP and just stay with it and see where it takes me.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what I hear you say is you basically want to have a little taste of the future to see how it is there and what it is there. And when we go into the future, it's your ideal future. It's the future where everything is allowed. It's like there is no limits. You can imagine whatever you want. And what you said is you want to be more intentional, less distracted, more focused. And it's so interesting to see you delivering me what's going on within you, because what I observe is that you're taking on so many things we've discussed and you're coaching yourself. So I could just sit there and wait, because you have all the wisdom and all the knowledge within you. You're just taking it on like the same. I was about to ask you the question, is this a story you tell yourself? And right away you came up with that.
And I want to say to you that our coaching sessions have taught me so much. Like, I now use the word, like, for instance, and this is just a side note, but the word curious. When I get anxious and afraid, it's like, no, you're not afraid. You're just curious. And immediately it shifts something inside. So, yeah, our coaching sessions have allowed me and assisted me in thinking differently. So, as opposed to before, and like you said, I answered your question, because yeah, these things actually now I can hear them in my head. It's like, oh, okay.
It's so beautiful. They're beautiful. And yeah, I mean, we could go on and on and on and talk about things, what you want. But for me, I have enough information. And with your permission, I would just right now dive into that and see what your future self says about all this. Because she's the best coach there is for you. She's you. She already went through everything you're going to. She has the experience you can learn from. And she is better than any coach out there for you. So with your permission, let's just start and see what happens. And by the way, you can also look around there and see if you like it. Because if not, well, do something else.
Oh, okay.
But this is also, like I said before, a taster. How would it be? But because it's your ideal future, it will be like you want it. This is just a little side note also, like when we make these little journeys into the future, it can always also serve us as a taster to try out how would it be like being an RTT therapist with XYZ. And we can always say, well, actually, I don't like that. That's good, because then you know. I mean, it's very rarely that it happens, but it can. It can.
Okay,
So
I'm
that-
so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because actually that was my concern. What if I'm in the future and I'm like, yeah, this is not working for me. This is not the future that I want.
well, you
So,
ask me what happens then.
okay.
I mean, now, what would happen if we go into the future and you don't like it? What can you do?
Well, I would be disappointed, number one. I can tell you that immediately. I would probably be disappointed, but I guess what I'm hearing you say is that I can change it. I can. Okay.
Before you even invest, before you consider, and yes, it's normal that we get disappointed when we have something in our head and then it doesn't seem to be the right path. But after the disappointment, when we see it from a growth mindset and ask ourselves, what's the treasure? What can I learn from that experience? Even if it's future visualization, you will learn. You will have so much to take away from it. And even if it would be, okay, maybe that's not the right thing for me, great that I know it now and not after years and years and years of trying and then finding out.
Very true. Very, very true. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also wanted to mention it because, first of all, I could feel a little bit, I'm not sure if. And the other thing
Yeah.
is like, everything is allowed. I would
Okay.
really invite you to go there in without any expectation and with just being open and allow everything that comes up.
Great. Okay. I'm ready. Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's go. And you don't have to do anything special. You just make yourself comfortable wherever, however, this is for you. And we start by taking a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation, letting it all out. One more time, inhale deeply. And as you exhale, you feel relaxing more and more. And one last time, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, you can feel your body relaxing. You can even close your eyes if that feels right for you. Now you continue with a natural breath, your own unique rhythm that's just perfect for you, without manipulating it, trying it to be different. Just let it be your breath. The inhale and the exhale. And I want you now, Olivia, to focus on all the noises you hear around you. This can be farther away, maybe outside the room. Just observe it and let it be whatever there is. And now pay your attention to the noises closer to where you are, inside your room, around you. My voice. You feel super loose, super relaxed. And you're right now, Olivia, in the perfect state of visualizing your future, your ideal future. And for that, you don't have to do anything special. You just imagine that you're stepping out of your body and there is a timeline in front of you. You're stepping on this timeline. This timeline goes from today, the 10th of June, 2024, into the future. You step on it and you fly into the future, month ahead, 2 months, 3 months, ahead, until you reach a time, a date which feels exactly right for you. Take your time, and whenever you've reached this state, just give me a sign you can nod or say something that you are there. Okay. So, Olivia, you just stopped at a certain date. Do you want to share when you stopped? Where are you?
Hello, 2025. The month is the month of beginning. It's this month.
Okay, it's in June 2025. And I want you now to go down and land in this scene which you see. It's your ideal future. It's your future that just like you want it to be. And there you land. You look around and you see what you see. You hear what you hear. And you smell the smell which is in the air. What is it that you see and hear and experience?
So I'm sitting at a computer and feel as though I'm just thinking and sitting there looking how to increase my clientele, how to get more clients.
Mhm.
It seems like I'm just struggling. It feels a bit um I feel a bit down. Um Maybe frustrated, maybe not down, but frustrated.
Okay. Okay, so you see yourself sitting on a computer, you're struggling, you feel down, you feel frustrated. You feel frustrated because
I'm frustrated because I feel that I should be further ahead. I should be a lot more successful. And I feel that with the amount of work and effort that I've put, it feels very flat, and it also feels as if it's like sucking the passion out of what I want to do.
what is sucking the passion out of what you want to do? What is it?
It's working to find clients to generate uh, generate more clients, generate um I guess generate an income around what I'm doing as well. And I feel
Go ahead.
I feel as though I put in so much money and I've invested so much in this, and I'm really not seeing the returns. That's what it feels like.
This struggle to get clients to reach out is sucking out the passion of you. That's how it feels. Do I understand it right? You would rather just work with clients instead of struggling to attract them, to get them, to invest so much into that, and you feel a bit down
Yes,
or frustrated because you don't see the results, right?
correct. And now that I speak at the results, it's the results of the ability to have, I guess, like a full booked schedule. Because I envision, yes, my schedule is full and it's booked, but envisioning it on this timeline the vision doesn't seem to like come to fruition. And so it feels, yeah, like I'm just having to do more work on, let's say, marketing, where it's a challenge, and also putting more time into learning how to attract more clients.
Mhm.
I just
Yes.
I just thought at this point it would be more easy. This should be like word of mouth. People should just be coming. They should
Okay.
just be coming. Yeah.
But in this scene, they are not, right?
Well, no.
Okay. So now that's very beautiful and amazing that we found this out. And I want you now to leave this scene. And you know, Olivia, the future we are going has so many different versions and possibilities. It's all of them are stories. And you, here and now with me, are able to create the one you truly want to. And it doesn't matter that you don't understand yet how it will be able to be, but you only have to focus on what it is that you want, not the how. So I want you now to let this scene go. And I want you now to go back the timeline until you come back to the 10th of June in 2024. And you still stay in this internal state. But I want you now to remember that you are the creator of your future. You can decide how your future will look like. It's your job to say, to see, and to state what you want that your future looks like. It's not your job to know exactly how it will be. And with this focus on that, now we are going again into the future to any date you are looking for. But this time, this will be your ideal version of the future. It will be everything just like you've dreamed of, better you could ever dream of. And remember, you don't have to know yet how to do it. It's just what do you want to do? How do you want to feel? Where do you want to be? With that, again, there's a new timeline coming up in front of you, and you're going on to this new timeline. The timeline leads you to your ideal future version. There are millions and trillions of versions of the future, but this one is the most ideal version you've ever dreamed of. And you go ahead, this timeline, ahead, until you land on the exact date that feels right for you. And even if it's the same like you chose before, this time it's a different version, because this time you choose your ideal, best version of the future. Whenever you have a date, give me a sign. So where is it that you land?
Um, April 2nd, 2027. Is interesting.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So you're seeing the 2nd of April in 2027, and now you are landing exactly there, 2nd of April in 2027. And this is your ideal version of your future. Everything is better than you've ever dreamed of. And when you land there and you look around, what is it that you see?
Seeing that I'm at the airport. I'm getting ready to board a flight. I'm conducting a workshop in France. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
So you're going to France for a workshop.
Mhm.
How do you feel?
I'm excited. Um, mm, mm, I'm, I want to pinch myself because I'm like, wow, is this really real? Is this happening?
Why do you ask yourself, is this real? Is it happening?
Feels like a dream.
And it feels like a dream because
It feels like a dream because it's not something I could have imagined. But
there you are.
yeah, here I am.
Mm. What is it that you hear there at this airport when you ask yourself, is it a dream?
I'm with, this is why I'm saying it's a dream. I'm with an assistant, my assistant, actually. And we're both traveling. She takes care of my schedule. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. I was invited to be a presenter at this workshop. And she's holding, my assistant is holding my book. I've written a and we're talking about whole schedule. The first thing we're going to do once we land and once we get there, who telling me about who I need to meet, who I need to speak with. So there's an entire itinerary that she's put together for me, and she wants to make sure that I'm aware of where I need to be, who I'm seeing, making sure that I know the names of the people I'll be talking to. She's showing me the venue where I'll be speaking. And it's really exciting. Really very, very exciting.
Mm.
This is France is our first stop. So we have other stops as well. But we're starting there. And at the I can hear people around. Airport is noisy, as you know. Your flight departures to other destinations. And wow, we're flying first class with it. And yeah, my assistant is excited, also as well.
You're there and you hear all the um, airport noises and you're planning the first stop first, which is France. And you're very excited and your assistant is very excited. She's telling you who you will meet, who is important to speak to, and you will be a presenter in this workshop. And
Yeah.
looking at all this and looking at what you're going to do there at this workshop, how does this make you feel?
I feel as though I've arrived. I feel as though I'm on the path I've always desired deep down inside. And it, it does feel surreal, but at the same time, it feels like this is for me. And this is what I've always wanted to be able to travel and be able to present in front of people, be able to teach and even though I said I feel as though I've arrived, you know, also that this is amazing. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
And when you sit there, you feel that I've arrived, but at the same time, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. That's everything I've always wanted. Travel, presenting in front of people, teaching. This is my life. This is my dream. That's what I've created. That's what I've always wanted. How does this make you feel? What's the sensation in your body?
I have like butterflies in my stomach, and I actually have like my eyes are welling up. Like I had tears of just joy and happiness. And what's interesting is I actually thought that with everything that I've studied, for RGT, as a therapist, I'm doing well, but this is not what's actually propelling me there. But I do get to share the experience as I speak. And I'm actually speaking to my assistant right now and sharing with her everything that I've done prior to this moment. I never imagined being right there in that moment with everything that I've done in the past, but I can see how everything that I study, everything that I put into practice has now delivered. And what I'm doing here, I'm talking, yes, about RTP, but I'm also talking about Reiki, modalities that assist individuals in empowering them to return to who they are, to know how they can heal themselves. And so I'm seeing it as a beautiful symphony right now. Yeah.
And I want you to stay there in this feeling of butterflies in the stomach. And this is this beautiful symphony. Everything just is better than perfect. Everything is like how it's meant to be. And it's not that you chopped an RTT therapist. No, you are delivering everything you've learned your entire life. All the beautiful techniques and modalities. RTT is one very strong and powerful, but it's not the only one. All the other techniques, modalities, but also your life experience, your wisdom and knowledge, everything is now there for you to share. That's what you did in your book. That's what you do in this workshops, traveling around the world. And I want you now to really go into that feeling that everything is a beautiful symphony. Where do you feel this and how does it feel in your body?
It feels so light. It feels so fresh. It feels so right. I'm getting this full body chill, like of excitement. I feel it in my heart. Feel my heart just opening so wide. I feel that my body is just buzzing with excitement. What's really interesting is I'm feeling this passion, uh, just beautiful, like, yeah, I'm excited. Like, it doesn't matter whether I sleep or eat or not. Just want to keep doing this forever. It's, I feel like, yeah, don't have to sleep. I don't have to eat. I can just live on Earth. I can just breathe it.
That's amazing. So you feel this powerful, amazing passion that you don't even care if you eat or sleep or anything. You're just so fulfilled with this passion.
Yeah.
That feels so exciting. Your whole body is buzzing. Your heart is open, so wide. And I want you now to stay there in this feeling and just focus on this feeling even more and more. And by focusing on it, Olivia, you make it even stronger and stronger and stronger. And this beautiful feeling, this light, fresh feeling, everything is right. Everything is so exciting. You live in your passion. This feeling gets even stronger and stronger. And you can see there is a scale and it goes up. The more you focus on it, the stronger gets this feeling, and the more the scale goes up, it goes from 100 to 500 to 1,000 to 5,000. You make it stronger and stronger and stronger. His feeling is getting even stronger and stronger. You go to 10,000, 50,000, and it goes and up and up. This feeling gets stronger and stronger. And before we reach the top, Olivia, I want you now to bring two fingers together. And with these two fingers, you will anchor this feeling in your body right now and forever. And you have these fingers now together. And you go up with this feeling. The scale goes up and up and up and up. And it goes stronger and stronger and stronger. And it reaches the top. And it's so strong. And so beautiful. It feels so exciting. You live your passion. It feels so light, so fresh, so right. Your full body expresses this excitement. Your heart is opening so wide. It feels just so beautiful. So right. You're right. You live your passion. And you have right now anchored this feeling into these two fingers. And this feeling will from now on stay with you forever. You can now release these two fingers. Just take a deep breath. And now you bring these two fingers together. You tell me what you feel.
I feel excitement. I feel humming and buzzing in my body. Yeah, light. I feel the passion. I feel it like throughout my body.
Beautiful. And you know now, you just released these two fingers and came back to a little bit more neutral, and you put them together. And there it was, the feeling again. And this will be there for you now and forever. Whenever you put these fingers together, it will be there. And now you can, knowing that, trusting that it will be there, this beautiful feeling forever, you can release these fingers. And I want you now, again, to look around at the airport and this scene. But now you watch this scene from the side. So it's like you're standing a little bit outside and you're observing your future self while she is talking to her assistant. And then you can see the assistant is just going up for a moment. Maybe she's getting coffee or going to bathroom. But there's a space next to your future self, and this space is for you. You go there and you see her. And I want you now, before you go closer, to observe her and to look at what's the difference between you now and your future.
Seeing my future self, I'm just grateful.
You're grateful for? That's good. Take your time.
I'm grateful and appreciative for work I was put in to get to this space. I'm also grateful and appreciative of the sea, the beach. I feel this deep gratitude in my heart for everything that got me to this space and place.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You can take your time and really be there in gratitude. Being grateful for this life you've created, for this dream you've created, for all the work you put in to get there, for all the faith and belief. And I want you now, whenever you're ready, to go closer to her, your future version, and you see her even closer, and she sees you too. And she knows perfectly who you are. And you know who she is. You are her and she's you. And you sit down next to her and you hug, or however you want to greet her. And now, Olivia, you have the possibility to ask her anything you need to know to get there where she is even faster than she could. What is it that you want to ask her?
I want to ask her, how did this become possible? Asking her, how did this even become possible?
What does she say?
She says, I need to let go of worrying about how to do it. It just be with everything that is right now. Or to trust.
So she says, you need to just let go of worrying. Let go of the how. Just be with what is right now and trust.
Yes. She also told me that everything that I'm experiencing, whether I perceive it as good or bad, all will lead and place me in this moment. More specifically, she said those challenges or things that I saw, or the obstacle and challenges, are what will propel me and push me into this space.
Beautiful. What else do you want to ask?
Rather, just if she's really happy. If this is what, if this is what she truly Yes. Is this what she really truly wanted?
What does she say?
It's interesting. She's saying that she is happy, but not because of what she has or comfort. She's very happy with the things that she has and where she is, but that is not where her true happiness lies. She's saying, I already have that happiness inside of me. Just simply to allow myself to explore it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
To really be fully immersed in understanding the understanding of what happiness really truly is. And it's not good things what she been able to acquire. Or because I'm also looking at the beautiful outfit she's wearing. I'm like, oh my God, that's gorgeous. Like she said, these are just things, that material things. But it's the inner part of her that is radiating. And I can feel, can feel like something emanating from her. Like she says that comes with just accepting, full acceptance, complete and full acceptance of myself, loving myself deeply with everything, releasing the critical voice, releasing the past, letting go of the past, letting go of the critical voice, and allowing myself to really be who I am. Yeah, who I am unapologetically.
Beautiful. Allowing you to be who you are unapologetically. And now, before you leave, and you can always come back and visit her and ask her whatever you want anytime. But now it's time to leave. But before we leave, maybe she wants to give you one piece of advice, which is very important. And this can also be just a summary of what she said already, or something totally new. But what is the advice she wants to give you now?
She says, don't be afraid. Or if you're going to be afraid, use it to your advantage. I'm asking her, how do you use fear to your advantage? I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm. What does she say?
She says to me to look deeper into my fears. And then I will find the truth of what that really is or what they are. And it sounds to me like maybe she's saying my fears are an illusion. I'm not quite sure, but
You can ask her, like,
She says yes in part. Well, it is an illusion. She said yes, here is an illusion. Or she's reminding me though that the stories I tell myself are also illusions and create fear. Okay.
Do you understand now her message?
I do, very clearly.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful. And I want you now again, look at her. And she looks at you. And you hug yourself. You say goodbye. And you know that this is you. She is living your dream, which you will be living in no time. And all this, what you see, what you feel, is yours already. And you say goodbye. And you leave her. Say thank you to her. And then you look around one more time, this beautiful scene, going a little bit away. The assistant of your future self is coming back. You see them again. Continuing with planning your presentations and all your meetings. And before you leave, I want you now to bring these two fingers again together and observe what you feel.
I feel excitement. My body is humming and buzzing. And interestingly, in that, I also feel peace.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And now knowing that this feeling is there for you already, forever. It's within you. The future is there for you already. Now you're ready to come back. You see the timeline going up. You're stepping onto this timeline. Coming back, flying back. From the 2nd of April in 27, going back to the 10th of June in 2024, where you are sitting there in your chair, listening to my voice. You're stepping back into your body. You're coming back. Back to where you were before, but so differently. Because now you're enriched with so much wisdom and knowledge which you have got from your future self. You have this feeling of excitement. Your body is humming and buzzing. This feeling of peace, fulfillment of passion within you. It's now installed for you and there for you whenever you need it. And knowing that, Olivia, that this is all yours already. You can slowly and easily come back to this room, your body, here and now.
Wow. My mascara ran.
Come back. That does not matter at all.
Oh my gosh. You're right, it doesn't matter. That was beautiful. Yeah. Wow. I still have my fingers together. This is the fingers that I brought together.
Beautiful, beautiful. And when you think about the whole journey, we did too. What did you learn? from that experience altogether?
What I learned about it was, I think, the forefront when I first saw the first scene when I was sitting at a computer and it was like drudgery. It was like, this is the struggle or challenge. And that's actually what I'm fearing. And it's actually what I've experienced also in the past with just trying to get a business up and running. So I felt like in the moment I was projecting everything that I have been like, boom, onto the future without knowing it. Like, and in that moment, I realized, wait, if you're going to get the same thing because you're thinking the same way, because of your past experiences, then it's going to continue to be that way. And it wasn't until you changed it, like you completely said to me, no, doesn't have to be this way. You can make it be what you really want it to be. And in that moment, when we went to the second part of the future, I was like, wow, now this is what I've always wanted. I've dreamt of. And it felt almost like a dream because it was like, okay, well, this is what I dream of. But it also felt very, very real. Like I could see my assistant had dark hair. Um, she was like a Asian descent. I didn't even mention that to you. I mean, it was like detail. And yeah, it felt very, very real, which I was not expecting. I was expecting more something of like, okay, this is my imagination, but it felt real. And um it was exciting. It was not something that I would have like actually said I would be doing, but deep down inside, I've always said to myself, I want to teach, I want to be able to teach in front of the world. And to actually see that, I mean, I actually saw her itinerary because I could see even the names. And I'm like, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking, "Okay, this is for real. Pinch, 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 pinch. Not, it's real. Pinch. Yeah. I'm still processing, Monica, because it's like,
That's
wow.
yeah, and I know, and that's really perfect and so good. And thank you for being so open and honest to go there, and also being so open and willing to also see what you don't want. And what you have just um, said so brilliantly is, well, what you saw first was the product of bringing everything from the past into the future versus creating your future from a different benchmark than the past. Because you can create your future how you create your future personality. When you do the things from the past, well, same things will happen. We do the same things, the same results will come. But when we do the things differently, different results will come. It's so simple. But you just pointed this out so brilliantly. I was taking the past into the future.
Yeah, it dawned on me. I didn't even know I was doing that. Now I can see how my future would turn out that way. If I bring all of that and can't see something other than that. So now I have that, and plus I have this tool which allows me to really tap into the feeling, which was, oh my God, it was so amazing, Monica. I feel like the feeling was much more powerful because that felt real in the body. It felt like I was right there.
And now release your fingers. Just anything, and you can think about anything else, like what did you do yesterday, about the beautiful experiences from last week, your hiking tours. And now I want you to bring these fingers together and tell me what you feel.
I feel excitement. I feel my body starting to buzz. I feel peace.
Beautiful.
And I can feel it. I feel it like you just feel like when you get butterflies, I'm getting butterflies also.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And now you see the feeling, it's not only that it was there, it is there whenever you want. And like you said so brilliantly, this will carry you through. This will build the bridge to where you are now, to this ideal version of your future. And before we get off this call, I wanted to just two more questions. What is the biggest takeaway? Again, I'm asking differently, but what is the biggest takeaway from the whole session?
My biggest takeaway is I'm now aware that I'm projecting a lot of my past into my present moment and into the future. So thinking and maybe subconsciously doing it and not being fully aware that that's happening is probably creating a lot of my frustration with a lot of things.
And what are you going to do differently, knowing that now, having this takeaway?
Yes. So now that I'm aware of it, I can catch it, like, and stop it, but not only stop it. So you've given me a tool which will actually shift the feeling inside of my body. So in this moment, as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking if that comes up, if now in my awareness, I can catch it. But more importantly, is to shift the frequency of my body, like how it's making me feel. Um, Bringing these two fingers together and applying it. Yeah.
And when you think now about you before we started our conversation today, and now where you are now, what has shifted?
I feel so prior to starting our conversation, I felt like, okay, yes, I want to have a future, experience. And I didn't share with you. I kind of doubted. I was like, oh, but some of my fear also was coming across that information of like the future is not going to look that great. Like it's going to be same old, same old. And I was like, oh, I already know it's probably not going to be great, and I'm going to have to, blah blah blah. So the story was running, and now I can say after our session, it's like, okay, again, that's a story. And my future self even told me my stories will create a lot of fears. That to me is huge because now I can kind of like just really not always like on top of my thoughts, but monitor my thoughts and awareness. And I feel like the minute either I drop in like terms of like emotions or I start to feel sad or whatever, check in with myself. It's like, okay, what are you telling yourself? What's going on here? Why are you feeling, sad or frustrated? What exactly are you telling yourself and bringing that out and shifting it like immediately?
Mm. And you said you've never had a future visualization, a guided future visualization before, so you didn't know what to expect. And I can tell you now, if we would do tomorrow another one, you don't know what to expect either, because everyone will be a little bit different. Doesn't mean that you won't see the same scene, but maybe you see it from a different perspective, or maybe you go to another scene. This can also be. But so I'm very curious to do maybe another one in the future. But now I'm very happy and grateful how you were open and willing to go into that adventure too. And what will you now, when we stop our conversation, what's the first thing you're going to do, and how will you do it?
Or- So the first thing I'm going to do, I have several calls to make. So, I'm going to do that, but I think that after our session, what I would really like to do is allow myself, like even after meditation, to integrate the information. And I may take like about 10 minutes to just meditate and allow for the information that came forward to really like settle into my body. And I'm going to journal.
What do you think will you do now differently, or feel differently?
So I'm glad you asked that question, because what I can take away from this future visualization and what my future self said was each and every single experience you have will lead you to the moment that you're seeking. So, and in this moment, I'm like, yeah, let go of fear. Just know that each and every single step you are taking will get you to where you want it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then that was so beautiful how you pointed it, and also that you remembered all of that. And of course, especially with these future visualizations, I always take a lot of notes, which I will send you so that you have it also written down. I know you have the video also, but I find it very helpful, and my clients find it always helpful to have it also written down, because sometimes you don't even remember what happened there in the future visualization. But I did this too, and I'm so curious what you will tell me next week with how everything turns out to be. Yes. Thank you. I can't wait either. Thank you again for being here. And yeah, see you next time. See you next time. Thank you, Monica. Yeah.